Senator Daines of Montana is recognized.
Chairman Brown, thank you. 5 weeks before the October 7th terror attack in Israel, I was in the Hezbollah terror tunnels in the border of Lebanon, seeing it firsthand, descending 80 feet down with IDF soldiers. And the next day, I met with Prime Minister Netanyahu in Jerusalem. I was the last U.S. senator, I believe, to meet with Bibi prior to the attack. And we talked about three things: Iran, Hamas, and Hezbollah. It's been very clear to many of us, including clear to many leaders in Israel, that the appeasement strategy of the Biden administration is a failed policy. It's not only failed, it's also dangerous. The maximum pressure campaign against the Iranians is the right policy position to take. And I will just tell you, I speak for many who've been very disappointed for this administration's kind of standing back on to claim the linkages between Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, as well as the Houthis in Yemen. I mean, good grief, we've got the USS Crane in the Red Sea shooting down cruise missiles and drones. This is a shooting war, and the U.S. is involved in this at this moment. And all three of these groups, two being Shiites with the Houthis and Hezbollah, Sunnis with Hamas. I hope this administration will develop moral clarity at this moment in history. It's a dangerous moment. It's a dangerous moment that we hope and pray does not escalate. But this appeasement strategy, starting with JCPOA with the Iranians, leading to unleashing billions of dollars to Iran, is absolutely failed. And not only is it failed, it is a threat to the stability of the entire world. We all know that Iranian funds flow into illicit finance networks that directly support Hezbollah, Hamas, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and other terror networks across the world. And much of this support, Iran's support, is derived from oil exports. The Biden administration has irresponsibly relaxed the sanctions in the enforcement on these Iranian oil exports, resulting in a massive windfall for the regime in Tehran. The regime in Tehran calls out death to America. They call us the big Satan and Israel the little Satan. And yet this administration is rewarding that with billions of dollars through relaxed sanctions relating to oil exports. Estimates place the revenue of Iranian oil exports under the Biden administration between $80 and $90 billion. These rockets, these missiles, the other arms these terrorists have to be funded somewhere. And they're coming from Iran. And why can't the administration be clear on that and move away from trying to bring Iran to the table and instead bring Iran to its knees through maximum pressure campaign? To make matters worse, the Biden administration was committed to providing Iran yet another $6 billion at a time when the state of Israel is under attack by Iranian-backed proxies. It's unthinkable that an American president would even consider the idea of letting billions of dollars find their way into the hands of terrorists. Well, those funds have now reluctantly been refrozen. There's currently nothing stopping the administration from seeking to reinstate this unconscionable policy. And that's why I've introduced legislation that would repurpose that $6 billion. And instead of giving it to Iran, why don't we repurpose it and give that $6 billion for the defense of Israel? Ms. Pleka, it seems the biggest opportunity to impact Iran's financing of Hamas and Hezbollah is directly linked to the enforcement of Iranian oil sanctions. OFAC maintains a sanctions evaders list. This list only has one entity on it. Do you believe that this list is being used to its full potential? And how can we better use it to disrupt Iran's oil exports?
No, I don't believe the list is being used to its full potential. There's no question that the administration needs to both widen its aperture on who to sanction, but also to step up its enforcement. And when I say step up, I really mean transform their attitude towards enforcement so that Iran is not able to earn the revenues that it has been earning, so that it doesn't have the windfall that it has had over the last 2.5 years, because that and only that is going to be a message to them that we are more serious about their financing of terror.
Thank you. You used the word change your attitude. I just called it a 180-degree change in their foreign policy relates to Iran in terms of moving away from an appeasement strategy, which is very, very dangerous and gets increasingly more dangerous every day that goes by as we watch what's happening right before our very eyes in the Middle East. Dr. Levitt, you host a podcast titled Breaking Hezbollah's Golden Rule.
Please ask a question quickly.
Okay.
And if your answer, we've been called to a vote 15 minutes ago, so thank you,
Thank
Senator
you,
Daines.
Chairman. I'll cut right to this. Their golden rule is the less you know, the better from Hezbollah. In your opinion, what does the U.S. need to do to better attack illicit financial flows from bad actors like Mohammed, Qasser, Illumix, or other fronts owned by Hezbollah family members? And I need a quick answer, and it's my fault, not yours.
Yeah, there's a lot more that has to be done, but I do think, per the title of the podcast, a lot of it is exposing it and making it public, in part so that the financial system, the financial community knows how to follow up. But there's a lot more to do, and I'll pause because of the time.
Yeah, that's my fault, not yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Daines. Senator Van Hollen.